Today we'll be making a beachy wreath. So let's get started. The supplies you'll need are a wreath form, either foam or straw like I have here, wire ribbon, enough to go around your wreath form. I got 2 rolls, but it turned out I only needed 1 for this wreath. This is a smaller 14-inch wreath. It's just burlap ribbon with wire on the sides and a little denim accent. Now also choose an accent ribbon, and I used the items within this ribbon as inspiration for the accent pieces later on. You're also going to need to get a pipe cleaner for your bow. You'll need hot glue and any accent pieces you choose. These are artificial sea stars made of plaster. I got them in white, thinking that I might paint them. Let's get started and put things together. I started by removing the plastic wrap from my straw wreath form. And then we're going to wrap that wire ribbon all the way around. You're going to want to wrap this tightly. And if it doesn't make it all the way the first time and you're pretty close, you can tighten it up a bit or unravel it and try again. I did have to do this more than once, but it'll help keep the straw in. And you may be wondering why I chose the straw if I'm just going to cover it up, but I kind of like the smell that a straw wreath gives off when it's in the doorway. Mine's between glass storm door and my regular door, and it heats up a little bit, so it makes a little pleasant smell. Just hot glue it on. I used the scissors to hold it on so I didn't burn my fingers because the ribbon is an open weave and hot glue will come through, and it does hurt. Once that's secure, we kind of clean up our area a little bit so that it doesn't stick into the burlap ribbon. Next, we're going to move on to making our bow, and I'll show you how to do this in detail in a future video, so stay tuned. These are great for packages and wreaths, and they're really easy to make. Once you've attached your pipe cleaner, you can attach that to your wreath, and I just glued it in to make sure that it stayed. Now you take the time and you fluff up your bow. And you can keep doing this season after season as well. These store rather well. The wire is pretty resilient as long as you don't crease it too much. The wire doesn't break. Now you can fluff and change and move and stretch and do all kinds of things with this ribbon until it's where you want the bow to be. At this point it doesn't have to be perfect. It's just, and I just glued it to the table. It's crazy. Anyway, next thing I'm going to show you is how to trim the bottom edges so that it has the look that you want at the bottom, either with a V shape or with a point. And I'm showing you here how to cut it. You either cut it across or you can cut a small triangle out of it. We're going to cut across today. And make sure your scissors are old scissors because the wire is very hard on the blades, so I'm just using a cheap pair of scissors here. you'll notice that I'm using a pencil to hold down the glue. Again, the hot glue will come through the ribbon, and I learned that an eraser actually works really well, so I just take an old pencil and it'll destroy the eraser, but saves your fingers. Take your time with this part. Placement doesn't have to be exact. Just tack it in different spots so that it stays. At this point, I decided to paint the starfish, and with just some acrylic paint, I used a little brown and a little bit of white and lightened it up to match my other beige colors within the wreath, and took the paint really well. Painted those. And then after they dried, I started working on placement. And this part took a while. I'm pretty particular, but take your time, place them out, see what looks right to you. Now, once you have them where you think you'd like to keep them, then you can glue them down. I hope you enjoyed today's beachy wreath project. It's fun to try, it's fun to do, and you can make your own additions, changes, or variations. If you enjoyed today's video, give it a thumbs up, and look forward to seeing you with more of our videos from Mama Maker and Kid Maker. Thanks so much for watching. We'll see you again soon. Bye!